Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the EasyCast. I'm your host, Brian Gregoire.
Co-host Zeke Wagar.
And we have plenty of material to get to today, and we'll kick it off with Tua Tagavailoa. So this past Saturday, he suffered a very gruesome injury on the field. It's a dislocated hip and a broken nose. The broken nose, obviously not that significant, but he'll be sidelined for the rest of the year this year. And it was portrayed by the media that this would be disastrous for Tua. Mm-hmm. And I could definitely see why at first, because his career was in jeopardy. I mean, I heard people drawing parallels to Bo Jackson's injury. Will he return? I think that he will return in full health, and this is actually a blessing in disguise for Tua. Because what's going to happen now, instead of being drafted by a subpar organization like the Cincinnati Bengals or yours truly, Tua will get drafted by the Carolina Panthers or the LA Chargers, or even if you analyze it, there's a chance foreseeing the future he could become a Green Bay Packer.
Whoa. Well, I don't know about all that.
Because they don't have a backup.
Yeah, but I mean, Aaron Rodgers, it's not like Aaron Rodgers empty in the tank now.
He's what, 36?
I mean, hey, who knows?
It's time to start thinking about the future. I'd like to have somebody. He sat behind Brett Favre for a good duration of time.
Well, yeah, but I give Tua a lot of credit for what he's done. I mean, granted, it's Alabama, so I feel like that helps guys, play at a different kind of level than most programs.
Yeah.
One thing that I love about Tua, because I'm not really huge on Tua personally, because, I've been watching a lot of draft stock.
Yeah.
We're going to be up there.
Yeah, you got to study for your boys.
Yeah, Tua, the best thing about him is he's one of the toughest guys in the game. It doesn't matter what injury, no matter what. He comes back as fast as he can. Even when he's hurt, he plays through injuries. He's tougher than most guys. I will give him credit for that.
He has a great work ethic.
He does. He definitely does. He's got good size. You don't really see guys of his throwing ability, left-handed, really throwing in the league anymore. So to have a left-handed quarterback is a little bit different nowadays. I mean, Steve Young was a great left-handed quarterback.
It's another angle to prepare for.
I'm not huge on Tua, but I hope him all the best. It's definitely going to affect Alabama coming up with the playoffs. So I know you're big on Alabama, bud, but the reality's coming. And
I am accepting the reality. I'm not in denial. So I'm not one of those people. You'll never catch me in denial. I'm accepting the reality of Alabama football.
By the way, can I just say, this guy says broken nose isn't that big of a deal. You ever broke your nose for me?
I never broke my nose. I don't want to break my nose. I'm just saying it hurts. I'm sure it's very painful. But it's not something that's going to sideline him. The dislocated hip is what's significant here.
This is true.
So the Packers' prediction might be a stretch. I just mentioned that, but I think where it's most likely for Tua to land is either the Carolina Panthers or the LA Chargers. I think he'd complement Christian McCaffrey great. I think that offense would facilitate on a very high level, and after watching the Monday night game this week, talk about accepting reality.
That's fair.
Phillip Rivers has regressed very far from where he was last year, and I think that's to the point where he should heavily consider retiring by the end of this year.
No.
And Tua, although I feel like he'd be good for Tua to sit back behind for 1 year.
Mm-hmm.
The Chargers are in no position to get in the AFC Championship or win a Super Bowl here in the future. So I think that they just have to focus on loading up their arsenal for the 2020s.
Well, I think I got a good team for you. I think Tua could go to a franchise such as Denver. I think Denver could be a decent spot for him with John Elway there. I think that they got good receivers. Cortland Sutton is really young receiver. I personally think Cortland Sutton's going to be a baller one day. You got to watch out for him. I think Tua would fit in somewhat decently in Denver. I think that's a good spot for him.
What you have to consider, though, is that Denver is going to have a lower draft pick. So, whereas the Bengals will probably select Joe Burrow, and who else is the quarterback? The Dolphins will probably select, Justin Herbert, something along those lines. The Broncos will probably go more along the lines of, like, if Trevor Lawrence enters the draft, they'll go for him. Mm. I don't see them going for Tua. I see that being like a middle or end of the pack.
Well,
mid to high first round.
I guess we're gonna find out. But Tua was Tua. He had a good run. We'll see what happens coming up.